On June 24th, Google DeepMind unveiled something revolutionary: Gemini Robotics On-Device. This supercharged version of Gemini 2.0 operates without the cloud, Wi-Fi, or any internet connection. Imagine robots thinking and acting in real time, right on the factory floor, or even in deep space. It's like giving robots their own brain. Fast, adaptable, and always ready, efficiency is key, so DeepMind's engineers compacted the architecture for dual-arm Aloha rigs. It handles vision transformers, language encoders, and action decoders, all in one neat package. The robot's control loop now operates under traditional latency thresholds, tens of milliseconds instead of hundreds. When a sensor detects a shift in an object's pose, the planner reacts instantly, preventing mishaps. Performance numbers are impressive, with on-device nearly matching hybrid models in various tests. The demo reel showcases robots performing tasks like unzipping lunchboxes and folding shirts with precision. It accomplishes these tasks after seeing just 50 to 100 examples, slashing the data collection barrier. This is a game changer for researchers without thousands of hours of footage at their disposal. Now, remember when self-driving cars felt like sci-fi back in 2019? Over 400,000 Teslas drive themselves every single day.
Mojoco's physics
While
is
no
fast
one was
enough
paying
to generate
attention,
contact-rich
AI adoption
demonstrations
exploded
on a
by
laptop.
270%
Gather those
in
50
just
demo
3
data
years.
sets in virtual
Companies
kitchens
once skeptical
or mini
are now
factories
15%
before ever
more
touching the
productive than their
physical robot.
competitors.
McKinsey
Fine-tune
predicts
locally
AI
because
will add
yes,
$13
this is
trillion
Google's first
to the global
VLA,
economy
where
by
fine-tuning is
2030,
officially
but it will
supported.
also force
Push the updated weight
375 million
straight onto
people
your
to
bot's
switch
flash
careers,
storage,
demanding serious
early
AI
access
skills.
is through a trusted
That's
tester
why I invite
program,
you to an
not
exclusive
opening the
free
floodgates
2-day
just
live
yet.
AI training
Safety
by
reviews are a
Outskill,
priority,
normally priced
echoing
at
DeepMind's AI
$895,
principles.
now
Be
completely free
helpful,
for my
do
audience.
not be reckless.
This is
The
not a
company
boring
wires
lecture.
semantic
It's
filters to
16
watch for
hours of
awkward or
immersive hands-on
unsafe
learning,
instructions.
spread
A
across
low-level
Friday
safety
from 10 o'clock
controller
a.m.
cross-checks
to 1
torque
o'clock
limits,
p.m.
collision
Eastern
cones,
Standard Time,
and velocity
and Saturday
caps.
and Sunday from
There's a
10
new
o'clock
semantic
a.m. to
safety
7
benchmark
o'clock
to
brute
p.m.
force
Eastern
weird corner
Standard Time.
cases. You will
The
learn
responsible
prompt
development
engineering
and
master
innovation
over
team
20
runs
powerful
impact
AI
analyses
tools.
before
Automate your
any code
workflow,
leaves the
analyze
lab.
data without
Robots
code,
are heavy,
use
and
AI
you want
in
multiple
Excel
layers
and
watching
PowerPoint,
your back.
generate
When the arms
videos
swings
and
near
images
a
with
human
AI,
coworker.
build
The
tools without
flagship
writing a
hybrid
single
is
line
still
of
more
code,
capable
and
overall,
even create your
handling
own
novel
AI
multimodal
agents.
riddles with
It's
ease.
built for
Prada
professionals in
herself
tech,
noted
business,
everyone was
marketing,
surprised by how
HR,
strong on-device
sales, and
is,
more.
edging toward
People from
production
over 40
grade.
countries have
This is
already
crucial
joined.
when connectivity
If you're
is
serious
shaky
about growing with
or data
AI,
sovereignty,
you should too.
rules forbid
Click the
cloud
link in the
calls.
description to
Think
grab your
rugged
free
warehouse
seat now.
aisles where
Don't
Wi-Fi
forget to
dies
join their
behind steel
WhatsApp
racks
community for
or
updates.
defense
The
contractors
intro
keeping
session
everything
starts
on
Friday
prem.
at 10 a.m.
This
Eastern
release
Standard
nudges
Time.
robots to
Be
act in
there.
real time
Now
on
back to
factory
Google.
floors.
Speaking of
Fulfillment
demos,
centers
Google
or
trained
offshore
on-device
rigs.
on its
If
internal
you have a
Aloha
pick-and-place
platform.
task
Then
that
they ported the
occasionally
exact
shifts,
same
an
weights to a
adaptive
Franca
low-latency
FR3
controller
barn
could shave
workstation,
serious
and to
downtime.
Apptronik's Apollo Humanoid, no retraining from scratch, just a short adaptation pass. The models suddenly knew the different joint kinematics. On the Franca, they ran sequences like belt drive assembly, lining up pulleys, and tensioning a belt, plus folding a long summer dress without stretching the fabric. On the Apollo Humanoid, which is much taller with totally different limb proportions, the model still obeyed spoken instructions, manipulated random household items it had never seen, and stashed a Rubik's Cube into a pouch like it had been practicing that party trick all week. The takeaway is that we are inching toward embodiment-agnostic skill libraries. Train once, transplant almost anywhere. Developers who want to poke at the guts can sign up for the Gemini Robotics SDK, which ships with interface code for live robots, plus full Mojo simulation scenes. It also chips away at the cost of ownership. No recurring cloud compute bill, fewer security audits for data egress, and the possibility of reflashing the same model across different mechanical platforms you already operate.
For those who worry about compute ceilings, Gemini Robotics On-Device is engineered to squeeze into bi-arm rigs right now, but it could scale down further as embedded hardware evolves. NVIDIA's Orin modules, Qualcomm's AI-accelerated SoCs, or even custom AS6 could host future iterations. Meanwhile, the SDK's fine-tuned knob means you do not have to wait for DeepMind to push a global update just so your cupcake frosting bot learns a spiral pattern unique to your bakery. You record the task a couple dozen times, run the optimizer locally, and the model folds that new motion primitive into its policy. One more angle, because everything sits on the robot. Latency advantages extend beyond motion planning to perception feedback loops. When the manipulator is threading a cable through a tight harness, every extra millisecond of vision processing is 1 millimeter of overshoot. Cutting that round trip to the cloud buys you precision you can literally measure with a caliper. That is the difference between a production-grade harness assembly cell and a flashy research demo that still needs a technician nudging the cable every so often. Developers get documentation that walks through connecting the live API safety layer, deploying on Debian-based images, and using the MujoCo plugin to mirror real-world joint limits. There is even a quick script to convert demonstrations recorded in Icing or RoboSuite into the expected proto format. The trusted tester group will send feedback, which feeds into continuous safety audits. That is why Access is staged, not open source. They want eyes on real deployments before an enthusiastic hobbyist straps a chainsaw to a mobile base and live streams the result. To wrap all this into practical impact, think of logistics hubs juggling SKU changes every week, hospitals needing a sterile self-contained aid that cannot rely on hospital Wi-Fi, or even planetary rovers trundling across lunar regolith where a satellite ping takes far too long. On-Device could become the embedded brain for each of those scenarios. And because it inherits Gemini's multimodal reasoning, it will not just execute waypoints, it can read labels, interpret gestures, and respond to someone saying, "No, grab the smaller valve." That conversational agility bridges the gap between rigid industrial arms and something that feels like a coworker with motors. All right, that is the rundown on Gemini Robotics on-device offline brains, quick adaptation, strong safety scaffolding, and a clear path for developers via the new SDK. If you are in the robotics space, sign up for the Trusted Tester Queue and start queuing those demonstrations. Catch you in the next one.